Got to talk about Lamar Jackson.
Well, I tell you, man, I watched that game, man, and I had the Ravens to win that game. I thought they were going to upset them and beat them, but the mistakes they made with Flowers, I mean, he made some tough turnovers, man, and some mistakes. I know he tried to make it back, but it seemed like to me like the Ravens was just so like they just wasn't ready, man. They wasn't ready. Like for some reason, they just wasn't on. The chemistry wasn't there. They've been playing good all the way up to that point, and then something just didn't seem right. I don't know if they wasn't calling the right plays, the right schemes, but they didn't seem like they were relaxed. It seemed like they was really pressing.
Just pressing.
You know what I'm saying? They were pressing, and Kansas City seemed like they was like, yo, we've been here before. This is nothing. Saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, in the second half, I think the referees was like, well, we gave them their chance to have an opportunity to get into this game. And that was the end of that because the calls were kind of weird in the second half too as well. But I thought the Ravens, man, I mean, I don't know, man. I thought they were going to go to the next round and go to the championship. But, unfortunately, they didn't.
All right. Let's get into a couple things. You said everything you said is right. The Flowers, the Patriots got a rule where they don't even lunge at the goal line because of plays like that. There's no need to. He had the first down because remember, the first down was in front of the goal line. Okay, one.
Right.
I don't know. All right, so then he did that. Remember, either it was the play before or the play, he had another big play, and he spiked the ball in front of the guy, and they called another 15 yards, and they took him back again. It took like 4 or 5 minutes to get back to the end zone.
Yeah.
Jeez, they kept pressing. And then when and Lamar, my guy, Lamar, you're right. Let's get back. I'm sorry. This is the point I want to make. A couple years ago, when the Patriots was undefeated, when they lost to the Giants, remember when they played Baltimore that season? Do you remember how many penalties they kept getting at the end because they kept getting frustrated? It was the same thing. It was like, yo, y'all have the game. Just relax. Just relax and play the game. Yo, and I love Lamar. Yo, why he wasn't playing his game? He kept trying to be like, Pat, I gotta outdo Pat with the arm. Yo, it's times he could have just ran the ball for 3-4 yards, get the first down. Another 5 yards.
It seemed like he was, you're right, I agree with you, because it seemed like he was trying to play that I'm going to be in the pocket, beat this guy by staying in the pocket. And we all know that
that's not his game.
He can stay in the pocket, but keep him honest, but that's not his game. You're right, it's not his game.
He can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was like the when they used to say about RG3. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I used to tell people, RG3 is not a running quarterback. Michael Vick's a running quarterback. RG3 was a quarterback with a strong arms who can run. It's the same thing with Lamar Jackson. He's a hybrid quarterback that can do both, but his main thing is running. But not just running, like run this, run that.
Right.
He's a decisive runner. He's different. He's different when he angry. He runs like a running back. Or I'm not even gonna disrespect him and do that because we don't want to call people quarterbacks and call them different kind of positions. But he moves fast. I don't know, man. They made a lot of mistakes. They only scored like 3 points. Seven. They ain't scored the second half, right? Am I right?
I don't know what. I don't think they did. They
did. They scored 17. 17-10 was the score, right?
Scored 17. Yeah, it was something like that.
Yo, the part where you said about the refs when they was calling, the only thing I'm gonna say, they was making terrible calls, but when you think about it, the calls was actually benefiting the Ravens because they would get a bad call, and then you know what happened? Pat Mahomes turned it over. It was like, okay, but they got it.
Yeah.
And then that happened, and then it was a play that remember the play that it went out of bounds, the wide receiver?
Right.
Okay, it was like, oh man, remember they got that on the intro or whatever, and then it was like, it's over. And then he fumbled out of bounds, and they still couldn't score the ball. It was like, okay, the referees is like, cool. 3-4 drives, they couldn't score. And then Lamar Jackson throws that in, so I love you, Lamar, but yo, bro, you can't throw that ball. You cannot throw that ball. You cannot throw that ball.
All I saw was a bunch of red players around that.
It was.
I don't know what the hell.
I don't know what he was doing, and he must have had like a brain freeze because you cannot throw that ball. You know what I'm talking about? It was like what, second down, third down. Yo, dogs, you cannot.
Right.
You cannot. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get you that. Let's take the last couple seconds, to recap of it. We're gonna move on, but jeez.
Yeah, well, you know
Jeez.
what? The Ravens should take that as a good learning experience. Take that to next season. They know what they got to do, and improve on that, man. I think they're gonna do it. I think they're gonna do it next year. But
They're
this year, man, they were pressing, man. They
they
were
remind me
pressing
of the
too much.
Detroit Pistons of basketball. They've been there so many times, so many times, so many times.
Right,
It's like,
right.
when they finally get
Yeah,
there, they'll get that one chip and be gone because they be so damn old. It took them like 10 years to get there. God damn, jeez.
yeah. Well, I think the Ravens. I think they'll get there a lot soon. I think next season there'll be another team that's gonna be, on the top of the division,
Yeah,
and I think they
cause
might have a good shot at it next season.
yeah, cause it happens like that. It happens like that. Through history, we seen it. Teams that don't make it. The Ravens before
Right,
that, the last Ravens teams that won the year before, they lost to the Patriots, and the Patriots came back and beat them and won the
right. Yeah,
championship.
yeah,
So
exactly. You know what I'm
it's
saying? So,
it can
you're
happen.
right.